Hey, Noxon. How are you doing? I might give it like 5 minutes and then start. Although I'm already 10 minutes late, but you know what I mean. Maybe like 9:40, 7 my time. Then we'll get going. Glad to have something to keep me from playing Daybreak for a couple hours. I haven't even gotten my well, I mean, I know it's also available digitally. When I get to it, I plan on playing the PC version, but um my my limited edition still hasn't gotten here yet. And the game came out yesterday. Which is fine, like I'm only still on Cold Steel 2, but I'm just saying, like, I did pre-order that shit. Like I kind of expected it to at least come on time, but you know, it's whatever. I am kind of starting to wonder though. I wish they'd do a limited edition for PC. I don't want to double dip, but I gladly pay for the extra goodies. Yeah, cause honestly, they could just do like a PC version, I guess, that has like the goodies, but like it comes with like a code to download on Steam. Therefore, you know, that way you don't have to. Excuse me. That way you don't. Yeah, you don't have to double dip. Cause yeah, what I did was I got the same with Reverie. I got the Switch version, and then I plan to get the PC version when I'm actually gonna play it. And I only picked Switch over PS4 because, well, I kind of gave my PS4 to my brother, so that's one thing. But also, I kind of want to keep the Switch versions like for testing purposes because I'm curious to see like how well those games actually do run on Switch. I can imagine probably not very good, but I am kind of curious. So just for experimental purposes. If I remember correctly, they did a limited edition for Cold Steel 3, but few people bought it. But that was also when the franchise was a lot smaller, and PC releases were like 6 months late. Yeah, I heard that Daybreak wasn't doing too well on PC either, but I don't know. Maybe I'm being like really pessimistic here, but like I'm not really sure why anyone was expecting anything else. Like, Trails is already kind of niche as is. But, like, also, too, Daybreak is coming out, what, 2 years late? It came out, what, 2021 for Japan? So it's coming out 2 years late, so a lot of people who are really invested in the series have already played it. Either because they already knew Japanese or because they had the spreadsheet translation or whatever, or a fan patch or some way to play it. It's probably because people already played it, or they're playing it on console, because I think that chart only had the PC releases. So it's like, I'm not really that surprised. But it's whatever. Like, a game selling badly doesn't really... it doesn't automatically mean it's a bad game. A lot of things can happen for a game to not sell well. And a game doing really, really good and being a good commercial success doesn't really mean it's a good game either. So, like, I don't know. Sales only tell, like, a small part of the story, I feel like. I guess that has a double meaning because every Trails game is connected, so every Trails game is technically a small part of a larger story, but yeah, you get what I mean. Alright, anyway, it's 9:47, so MSQ time. We got the, I think we got the Alliance raid done, because I don't think there was anything else after that. I think I did the last Alliance raid. So yeah, next, yeah, MSQ is in here. We are back at Ralger's Reach. The PC numbers always look small, but Daybreak's day one numbers have been fairly similar to the last few Steam releases. Well, like I said too, yeah, also we don't have, I guess they didn't provide numbers for like how much it was on console either. Like, I'm sure a shit ton of people were playing the game on console as well, so you know, there's that. Aaronvald's Adventure, did you just finish the Stormblood MSQ? Yeah, I finished it a few weeks ago. The past few streams we were doing the Evilise Alliance raid. So we just finished that, and we're gonna do the post-game. Because, like, I put up a poll of what do you want me to do next after finishing Stormblood MSQ. Do you want me to do extra trials, the 8-man raids, 24-man raid, or just continue the story? Actually, continue the story got the most votes, but the people who were recommending the Alliance raid were really recommending it, so that's why I went and did that first. But we're going to be doing, at least in terms of how I'm going to prioritize this stuff, we're going to do MSQ up until the end of Stormblood. So Stormblood post-game, the 8-man raids, and then the extra trials last. That's, you know, in that order. Okay, what does Elise want?
Come to see how we're getting on?
Oh, cool, voice acting. I don't have to read it.
We've made good progress since we took back Alamigo, but there's one big issue we still have to address. Leadership. The Domans had Lord Hien ready and willing to take the throne, but we've got no one like that here. Theodoric was our last ruler, and he wasn't called the Mad King for nothing.
Suffice it to say, our people have had their fill of kings, which means we need to find a new way forward.
If only it were that easy. Everyone and his uncle has an opinion. For the time being, we're just going to have to keep leaning on General Aldin and the Alliance for support, and see if we can't find a solution together. Something tells me we're going to be hosting a lot of meetings in the near future.
Couldn't they just join the Eorzean Alliance the same way Ishgard did? I mean, I guess they would still need a leader, but, you know. You get what I mean. They could just, yeah, just follow Ishgard and just join up with everyone else. I don't know.
But if that's what it takes, I'm ready to talk till my jaw aches.
Yeah, it rhymes. Get it.
The Reach is yours, Nago. Don't do anything I wouldn't.
Aye, aye, Commander.
Oh, by the way,
there you are. I've been searching all over for you.
I'll bring it up after the cutscene, it's fine.
Don't worry, it's nothing bad. That said, this might not be the best place to talk. Will you join me? I'll get to the point. Might you be interested in a spot of adventure?
Depends.
After all, we were adventurers before we were scions, were we not? After routing the Imperials and liberating El Amigo, I reckon we've earned a bit of respite, don't you? And what better way to spend it than by returning to our roots?
What, you want to spar?
So, what say you? Shall we call on Alphino and go adventuring?
Or that too. Yeah, Alphino hasn't gotten a terribly much screen time in a while. Okay, what I was gonna say, I do have to be up early tomorrow, so I'm probably not gonna be streaming for as long as I'd like to tonight. So, I'm gunning for maybe 2.5 hours tops. Give or take, depending on how things play out, but yeah. Getting the boys together to explore a dungeon, hell yeah. Right then, let's go and find Master Leviure. Actually, leave that to me. I want you fresh for a little adventure. Wait for us by the Aether Road. We'll be along shortly. See you there. Oh, I still can't fly here yet. One day I will. Greetings, weapons. 'Twould seem we are to accompany Erenvold on some manner of escapade. Have you any idea what we've gotten ourselves into? Allow me to explain. It'll be something of a history lesson, but I'll try to be brief. No snoring, if you please. Now, the events I would speak of occurred before the occupation, back when Al Amigo was still a monarchy, and Theodoric sat on the throne. Or Theodoric, whatever. A uniquely brutal despot, by all accounts. That he was, the King of Ruin suffered no rivals, real or imagined, and his dispute with the monks of the Fist ended with Rhalgr's Reach being burned to the ground. Damn. In the latter years of his rule, he was seized by the unshakable belief that unseen forces were conspiring to steal his crown, and so he ordered that every soul with a claim to the throne be executed, including his own family. The wealth of the poor sods he put to death became the property of the king, and it's said that these royal treasures were hoarded somewhere in the palace. Thus was born the legend of the Mad King's Trove. I believe I see the direction our adventure should take. I assume you have a mind to unearth this hidden bounty. You assume correctly. And would I also be correct in assuming that this legend is widely known? Others must have surely gone in search of your prize, tempting as it seems. Well, of course, we won't be the first to make the attempt. Following Al Amigo's liberation, more than a few eager soldiers turned the palace upside down in hopes of claiming an easy fortune. But even after scouring every room from dawn till dusk, they uncovered not a single coin, their gold lust drained away as quickly as it had come, god damn it. And the legend of the Mad King's Trove remains simply that, a legend. But I see you have no intention of letting the story end there. What self-respecting adventurer would? Imagine the three of us delving into a decades-old mystery, Tell me the thought doesn't set your heart racing. Wait, what emote was that? Oh, box. Okay. Cool. Okay, we get an entire coffers here. The news of Doma and Alamigo's liberation has kindled the flames of revolution in every corner of the Empire. I hear the Imperial province of Dalmasca has already risen up in rebellion. Which means the Garleans must surely have their hands full. What better time now than to indulge in such a diversion? Tell us, Ehrenwald, have we any clue as to where we might begin our search? Well, judging by how the other treasure hunters fared, nosing about the palace isn't like to get us anywhere, so we'll probably need to ask around. Would that be another way of saying no? Well, yes. I see. In that case, I shall pay a visit to the Allied Archivist and request access to the records seized from the Imperials. The Garleans are meticulous about such things. If they uncovered the trove during their occupation, the event is certain to have been recorded. In the meantime, the two of you can track down those who worked as Palad's service as officials in Theodoric's day. Given that they would have been at least 20 at the time, you will be looking for people who have seen 40 summers or more. Anything they can tell you about the king and his bloody deeds may prove useful, so be sure to listen well. Ehrenwald, pray try your luck in the fringes and the peaks whilst weapons makes the rounds in the Alamigan quarter. Ha! And there I was, thinking I was the party leader. Not that I mind, of course. Let's be about it, eh? We can meet afterwards at Gilbard's Gate. In the palace? No, not me, lass. Surely you've heard stories of the Mad King. He used to hold public executions up on the Divine Audience. Anyone, and I mean anyone, suspected of conspiring against the crown was flung from the top of those steps. Suffice to say that I stayed as far away from the palace as possible. Bro was paranoid. You want to hear an old maid's stories, do you? Aye, well, most of what I know of the Mad King is common knowledge. We'd only see His Royal Majesty when he deigned to attend the executions he'd ordered, and after a while even watching his enemies die wasn't enough to coax him out of hiding. They say he started seeing assassins in every shadow and wouldn't set foot outside the palace walls. I was offered work there as a royal servant once, but the mere thought of it left me in a cold sweat. One second. I gotta get up. Guy thinks he'd be allowed to lead a party with the Warrior of Light and the most active Scion facts. Like, yeah, that's quite the lineup, but bro, sit down. You ain't the party leader on that front. Watch and learn. I served at the pleasure of King Theodoric, and lived to tell the tale. One of the palace guards I was. Truth be told, it was a dark chapter of my life, and one I'd sooner forget. Hardly a night went by when we didn't hear blood-curdling screams echoing from the inner chambers, which of course we were under orders to ignore. So we'd stand still as statues, trying not to imagine what horrors were unfolding within. If you're hell's bent on finding out what happened in the palace, head down the street here and ask old Ernold. He was the king's head scribe. Yes, I'm Ernold. What do you want with me? You would have me dredge up some decidedly unsavory memories. Yet if Alamigo is to move forward, we must needs acknowledge the misdeeds of the past. God damn it. Very well, I shall tell you what I remember. I take it you know of Theodoric's paranoia and the public executions of his kinsmen. Those were terrible enough, but in his last days, the king's fervored mind settled upon an even grislier method of disposal, which only a chosen few were unfortunate enough to witness. His Majesty ordered the court thaumaturge to unleash a vile curse upon the remaining members of the royal family. A magic which transformed them into fiends of hideous aspect. The resulting monstrosities were then cast into the darkness below the palace. Even now my sleep is troubled by nightmares. If others of Theodoric's blood were prone to share his madness, then mayhap it is a kindness that the monarchy ended with him. Damn. Oh, I can use my mountain here. Since we're all here, why don't we share what we've learned? Allow me to begin then. As promised, I scoured the Imperial records for any mention of fantastic treasures, and found precisely none. It is just possible, I suppose, that a corrupt official deliberately hid the fact of the trove's discovery, hoping to enrich himself, but I find it rather unlikely that so valuable a find would stay secret for long. I conclude that our prize either does not exist, or that the Imperial somehow overlooked it. But what of you, weapons? Were your investigations any more fruitful? Turned into monsters? And what could he mean by this darkness beneath the palace? I wonder. I met an old man in Alighieri who spoke of the palace's subterranean prison, but he said naught of cursed abominations. The Imperial archives are also silent on the subject of fiends inside the palace grounds. Could this scribe fellow have been spinning her a yarn, do you think? Did you believe him, weapons? If he was afraid, then that does lend credence to the tale, though I'm not sure how that helps us in our search. Do not be so hasty. Ernold's antidote may very well have told us where this trove is hidden, but ere I share my theory, there is a matter I would clarify. Ehrenwald, you spoke of light-hearted adventure, but I sense a deeper motive for this expedition. Why are you so intent on finding this treasure? The music stops. It wasn't all pretense, I swear it, but you're right. My father was in the Imperial Army, a man of Garlean blood. I trust you know what I mean when I say that my Alamegan mother did not welcome my arrival. As I grew, she would check my brow over and over, convinced that a spot on my skin was an emerging third eye, like the kind you see in pure-blood Garleans. My mother did not care for this taunting reminder of my heritage and took up a knife. Oh, is that why he's got the scar? Or the, yeah. War paint serves to cover the scar. God damn. In the end, she turned me out into the street and I was left to haunt the alleyways of Alamigo. A feral child who got what he needed through begging, cunning, or worse. The best I can say about the years that followed was that I survived, but I hated the animal I'd become. Eventually, I left the city behind me and joined a group of refugees bound for the other side of the wall. It was then that I turned to adventuring, and the road led me into the company of the Scions. I tell you this so you understand. I know all too well what poverty and hunger can do to a person. I drew steel on ordinary folk for a measly crust of bread. With Theodoric's gold, I could spare my countrymen the same living like that. Thank you, Ehrenwald, and I apologize. That cannot have been pleasant to recall, but I feel it best to be clear in our intentions. Well, weapons, are you content to surrender the treasure to Ehrenwald's noble cause and claim the thrill of adventure as your reward? Only if I get to keep the EXP. Although I'm already over level 70, but yeah. Then I should be glad to tell you my theory on the resting place of the Mad King Strove, if you are minded to hear it. Oh, which one? Fending, slaying. I feel like I should get the fending one, but I'm not. I'm gonna get the slaying. Maybe it looks nice. Okay, let me look at chat. Oh. Yeah, you came just in time for Ehrenwald, I guess. Yeah, he just, told us why he really wants the treasure. Actually, hold on. Let me see this set. I want to see what it looks like. Hold on. Do I have enough space in here? Let me check that. I'm almost out of space with the chess pieces, I noticed. Yeah, who knows? Maybe I can use it. Wait, where is it? Oh. Let's see what this thing looks like. I'm so confused. Where did it go? It's none of these. I know it was a blue rarity, so what the fuck? Or was it a bunch of accessories? I wonder if it was a bunch of accessories. This might be better than the headpiece I already have. Huh. I wonder if they were accessories. Yep, okay, they were accessories, that's why. Okay, I'm glad I picked these up, because these needed an overhaul anyway. Was there any more? Oh my god, move this. Move this. What? Oh, it goes in here, that's why. Did I ever get another one? Doesn't seem like it. Okay. Okay, so it just bumps my item level up a bit. Alright, cool. Okay, sorry for the delay. Mad King's Trove. I guess we're getting a new dungeon in this, if the picture's anything to go by. Actually, mayhap it would be better if we first adjourn to a more suitable location. In case a rival treasure hunter overhears our plan, you mean. Good thinking. That was not exactly the reason, but is certainly a valid concern. Let us reconvene on the southern edge of Lochsheld. Wait, where did these guys go? Oh, okay, over there. I can't just go through the gate. Oh wait, yes I can. I just gotta talk to him. I'm so stupid. Can't fly here yet either. Are there any... There are side quests here. That's probably why. Yeah, it looks like I got a ways to go. Maybe on my own time I need to go and, yeah, get those unlocked so I can fly around like the cool kids. Forgive me, it was not my intention to draw out proceedings. I simply wished to have the lock in sight when I explained things. Prior to the great flood of the 6th Umbral Calamity, the salt lakes you see before you were yet dry ravines, and this, believe it or not, was the site of the ancient city of Scala, which rose and fell during the 5th Astral Era. From what we know of the period, the city was already deserted by the time the waters began to rise, having been all but destroyed by war, yet its ruins remain to this day at the bottom of the Lochsheld. It is my belief that the darkness beneath the palace mentioned by Theodoric's former scribe was not a reference to the prison, but to a place still further below, the ruins of Scala. I further surmise that the Mad King's unfortunate kinsmen were cast down there not simply out of a desire to punish them, but to discourage exploration. Theodoric wanted to keep the ruins secure. Wait, you're saying they were meant to guard the Mad King's trove? Precisely. And since we know the court thaumaturge was involved, we can safely assume that any entrance into the old city will have been magically concealed. Which would explain how a legion of Imperial soldiers and the gods know how many Alamegans never found a trace of the trove. We, however, have certain advantages which they did not enjoy. Weapons, would you be so good as to swim down to the bottom of the loch and search for an underwater route to the ruins? While you do that, Ehrenwald and I will seek out an ensorcelled portal within the palace. Alright, we swimming, I guess. Alright, I go down with this. Oh shit, this thing's a long way down. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's it. Yeah, get comfortable, guys. And I'm gonna have to do this again when I get to the top. Well, no, I could probably just teleport. You discover a passage that appears to lead under the palace foundations. Press hold and find out where it goes. Came to a worn stone door, standing temptingly ajar. It appeared you have found an entrance into the subterranean ruins. Weapons, as Alpha know, we have searched the prison beneath the palace and found a teleportation portal concealed by enchantments. The markings indicate it leads to an underground cavern. Oops. What news on your end? And you believe it leads into the ruins? Then I dare say we'll be able to meet within. Go on and head through the door. By the way, I took the liberty of calling on a friend for help. I guarantee she's both dependable and discreet. We'll see you soon. Oh, okay. I just queue up from here. Oh, right, they should have this covered for all the old content now. NPCs or other players? I've never actually done this with NPCs before. At least not on stream. Let's do it. Let's have the NPC characters actually do something for once. NPCs are generally slower, but they rarely ever fuck up mechanics, so if you're playing blind, they're a good guide for boss mechanics. Yeah, I can also stop and read chat too if I have NPCs, so yeah. Good luck with stream, Weapon Senpai. Oh, thank you, Chelsea's? I always have a hard time pronouncing that. I'm going back to Dawn Trail. Alright, good luck. Also, pro tip, run through and aggro all the mobs you can. Your NPC tank can handle it. Okay. Random NPC Lancer is my new spirit animal. Yeah, Imoldva, or Lamoldva, Emoldva, whatever the name is. Oh, this is blocked up anyway. I always pronounce it right? Okay, that's cool. Yeah, go enjoy Dawn Trail. Yeah, the NPC tank will go group by group for mobs by default. Force them to go wall to wall, hit all the mobs they can before being walled off. Okay. So that's usually 2 groups of mods for new... Mobs. Not mods. Mobs for newer dungeons. Yeah, you too. See ya. I feel like as a tank, whenever I tried wall to wall with trust NPCs, the NPC healer can't keep up well. Oh. Well, you said walling to walling with an NPC tank isn't all that bad, so... We'll see.
Bob and Ollie!
Oh, of course it moved out of range. What the? Oh. Yeah, I think I was supposed to walk. Oh well. Oh, damn, I took a warm maybe.
I have my pride.
Oh, he's already dead. What's in here? Well, it doesn't matter because they give me the items automatically. That feeling you get when the rest of the group is standing in a completely different place than you. Yeah, and then you look down and you realize you're right in the middle of an AoE. Oh, okay. I wasn't locked in. I was like, why aren't my buttons working? Finally. Okay, next boss.
Away with you!
Hold on. What? Alright, whatever. Yeah, we got all of them. Oh yeah, sure. Oh. Okay, I didn't know there was something else in there.
Try this!
Again. Oh, more of them. Okay.
Away with you!
A monkey. Wait, did I come in this way? Oh, okay, I see it. Bridge.
Release!
This is slow with him.
To the House of Levier!
Wait, did I just go this way? No, I didn't. Okay. Oh boy, more of them.
Down with you!
final boss? Yep. At least we found the treasure. I almost thought I was the tank. I ran behind him, like, even though he was the only one supposed to be behind me. Oh, I looked. Damn it. I forgot the items are supposed to be there. Yeah,
I have my pride.
not yet, at least.
Leave it to me!
Oh, limit bridge. Let's go. Is that the king? Who knows? I was like, who am I going to give the commendation to? And then I remembered they're all NPCs.
would appear this place is yet inhabited by King Theodoric's kin, or what is left of them. The work of terrible magics, I fear.
Terrible, aye. But their misfortune is our fortune?
Quite. By the 12, there is even more than I imagined.
Dang. We're getting out of Rogger's reach with this one. We getting out of
I
poverty
can't wait
with
to see
this
the look
one.
on Lisa's face. Thanks for believing in me, you two.
Oh, hey, Wolfster. How you doing? You came just in time to see the end of Ehrenwald striking it rich. Ehrenwald and I tried to do our fair share, but I fear you ended up bearing the bulk of the burden as usual. You truly led the way with your adventuring prowess, my friend. Hey, without your help, I reckon we'd still be fumbling around in the dark. I'm glad I called on you. I must say, I'm still reeling at the sight of that mountain of riches. What, like how you reeled at the sight of that floating specter, you mean? I wish you could have seen the look on your own face, Alphino. Must we dwell on such momentary lapses? We found the Mad King's trove, and that's all that matters. Alamegan economy is about to go into a spiraling inflation crisis thanks to Ehrenwald and Alphino. Good, tired from a game convention and a ton of Dawn Trail. Well, sounds like fun. I assume you had fun. Sounds a hell of a lot better than what I spent my weekend doing. But yeah. Oh, did you go to the Anime Expo or whatever the hell they were holding, or did you go somewhere else? I don't know if it was the same thing you went to, or if you, you know, did something else. Ehrenwald is still grinning at Alphino's discomfort. All jesting aside, we must tell people the good news, and I think Lise should be the first. Seconded, she's bound to be delighted. If I am no longer needed, then I shall take my leave. Oh, her name is Jamoldva. Okay, so it's a J, not an I. Of course, don't let us keep you. Thanks again, and say hello to Vima for me. Now then, there is to be a meeting of representatives from across Alamigo, so Lise is sure to be in the city. Shall we seek her out? Square Enix Game Exchange, I got to meet Paul Elding and Nolan North. I have no idea who those two are, but, cool, yeah. Sounds great. Oh, you three look pleased with yourselves. What have you been up to? I'm glad you asked, Lise, and I'm pretty sure you're going to like the answer. I just fucked up the economy. You're joking. The Mad King's Trove? I thought it was a myth. So did plenty of people, but they didn't have weapons and Alphino in their party. The credit for finding it should really go to them. As for what to do with it all, I vote that it goes towards alleviating the suffering of Alamigo's poor. Gods, if there's as much as you say. Ehrenwald did not exaggerate, I assure you. We could not hope to carry even a fraction of it on our own. I had taken the liberty of sketching out a rough map of the ruins, and if you will assemble a squad of your most trusted freedom fighters, they should be able to follow the route to where the treasure lies. Understood. I'll make sure every coin is accounted for, and that goes for the spending of it as well. Thank you. Oh, there is one other thing. When the time comes to draw upon a plan for distributing the spoils, I would ask that you consult Alphino. I don't have a head for details. I'm not educated. I see that simply handing out sacks of gil won't solve everything, but I couldn't rightly tell you what to do instead. I'd say as long as we don't make any more crystal braves, we should be good. Don't spend any more money on that. Oh, I know the feeling. I'd welcome any advice you could give us, Alphino. I repeat, no more crystal braves. Already saw that worked out for us last time. Of course, I shall be at your disposal. Commander, we've got a problem. Deep breaths. Tell me what happened. A mob's gathered outside the headquarters and they've started making demands. You'd best come see for yourself. We're protesting already, but we haven't even distributed the money yet.
Step back, all of you!
Like hells we will! We know who you've got in there!
Oh, is this where Fordola is being held?
We're not leaving till you hand her over!
Yeah, I figured.
Bring her out! Bring her out!
Off with her head!
What's going on?
Someone let slip about Fordola.
Damn.
It's true then. The bitch really is in there. I knew it. I bloody knew it. We demand vengeance! Bring her out! Today we butcher the butcher!
Would anything of value really be lost if... I mean... I know it would set a bad precedence for how they carry out their justice system, but like... You know... Colonel Campbell, Metal Gear Solid, and Nathan Drake, Uncharted. Oh, they're voice actors. Okay. They fairly well-known voice actors. David Haler was going to be there, but he had a schedule conflict. Oh, he played Solid Snake in Metal Gear Solid. Okay. Teenager-led army equals bad lesson learned. Yeah, I tell you.
Come on, you don't mean that! We'd be no better than the Imperials if you'd all just calm down!
Calm down! That monster and her thrice damned skulls dragged my man from our home and beat him to death in the street!
Aye, and my dad! That bitch has spilt enough blood to fill a lock!
They're not wrong. And let's all not forget about, you know... Let's see here. She also did the order to fire at the tower on her own men, which also killed what's his name? Conrad as well, so she's got quite the resume.
We all know her crimes. She's a traitor and a murderer. How many of your resistance friends have died at her hands, eh? And here you are, protecting her!
So that's what all the fuss is about. Hearken to me, brothers and sisters of Alamigo.
Hey, who's this?
Raubon.
That's the Bull of Alamigo.
My friends, you are not alone in your anger, your grief, your despair, for it is mine as well. That gnawing pain in your breast, it is enough to bring an old bull to his knees. But I ask you, brothers and sisters, to think not only of the family and friends who were cut down before your very eyes, but to think also of the ones who were abducted, the ones who may yet live. Where were they taken? What became of them? These questions demand answers. I share your thirst for justice, for vengeance, but we will gain only fleeting satisfaction if we give in to our base appetites. We will never know the truth. Now is the time that we, the people of Alamigo, must decide what manner of nation we will build for ourselves, and for generations yet unborn. When they look to our example, will they see a people who held fast to their principles, or one who cast them aside when tried? I say to you, it is our responsibility to give these prisoners a fair trial, that they might answer to all of Alamigo. The Garleans called us savages, and I'll be damned if we prove them right.
He's got a point there.
I know you're right, I do, but I can't.
My thanks, Raubon. Listening to their anger, I could feel myself being swept away. 'Tis difficult tide to stem. 'Twas the same rage which brought us to our feet and carried us to victory. But now the war is over, all the unspent fury is being channeled into vengeance. Aye, and it's not just here. We've reports from mobs forming all over. They've been targeting folk known to have cooperated with the Garleans. It starts with insults most often, then someone picks up a stone. Some insidious souls even thought to seek out the graves of Xenos and his officers. It was grim. I want to build a country where everyone, regardless of race or origin, can live side by side in peace. But maybe the time isn't right. Maybe people just aren't ready. But that doesn't mean I'm not going to try. The representatives will be here soon, and I'll be damned if I'm going to give up before I've even begun. Who are these representatives exactly? Oh, village elders, refugee leaders, and the like. It wouldn't be right for us to dictate the nation's future on our own, so we've planned a summit of sorts. We've even invited the Ananta and Kikern to participate. I've never had to pronounce that before. Alamigo stands at a crossroads. and this meeting will decide which path it takes. The matter of Fordola's sentence cannot be suffered to disrupt proceedings. Then let's execute her and be done with it. She herself asked to be put to death. Nah, go, I would explain why we wouldn't do that. I mean, if all parties are in agreement, like, I don't know. Sending her to the gallows might satisfy people right now, but where would it end? Should we round up everyone who collaborated, and everyone who didn't resist? There would be no one left, and we'd be no better than Theodoric and Xenos. I think that's kind of a stretch, saying you'd be just as bad as... Because at the end of the day, like, Theodoric... well, he did his shit out of selfishness. Xenos... He's part of the Empire. Like, I don't know. Yeah, you're doing it in retaliation, but, like... I don't know. That's a bit extreme. It's a bit of a stretch. Someone could easily take advantage of that kind of compassion, too, is all I'm saying. Like, what if the next Xenos-like figure comes along, the next big bad comes along, and then it's like, oh, well, they're not going to go that far, because they're nice people, so let me take advantage of this type of shit. I don't know. Begging your pardon, but might I be allowed to speak with Fordola? Only I caught a glimpse of her past, a moment of it anyway, during the fight. She's done terrible things, aye, unforgivable things, but in some ways, she's a victim of the circumstances in which she was born, and that's something I can understand. Okay, that is kind of true, because she was one of the ones who was taken to, like... was sort of taken to the Empire, so, I mean... yeah, her loyalty to the Empire didn't come out of thin air, like, you know... it was something she was taught, and at the end of the day, she kind of did what was best, what she thought was best for her survival. So it's like, it doesn't justify everything she's done, but like, you know, it's not quite as simple as Fordola bad, and it's like, there's a lot of people that ended up in that same situation as well. Anyway. Is anyone really gonna be all that upset if someone takes a piss on Xenos's grave? Yeah. I'm surprised they even bothered to bury him. I'd have thought they'd have maybe, like, I don't know, burned the corpse or something. I don't know. Alamegans killed her dad. Wait, we talking Lise or Fordola? I assume you mean Fordola. I don't know why I would have thought you meant Lise. Lisa's sister died, and then she became, Ida. Or she was pretending to be Ida. Alright, speak to the prison guard when you're ready, and I'll come and join you. I want to talk to her too. I'll return to my other duties then. We've barely begun to investigate the facility where they gave Fordola her powers. Be fairly warned, friends, she will test you. Don't let your emotions color your judgment when she does. Oh, Fordola, yeah. I remember it now. You've the commander's permission to enter, then? Time for an interrogation.
So many visitors. Come to have a good laugh, have you?
I really need to put a laughing sound effect in on the frickin' soundboard. Thanks for reminding me.
Or do you mean to put me out of my misery? To finish what you started? It's about bloody time.
That's not why we're here, no. Do you remember what I said? How I promised you you'd live long enough to see us win our freedom? Well, I meant it. And not to mock you either.
You're wasting your time. All of this is pointless! There's no reason to keep me alive, and you know it! I killed your men. I killed my men! And you know what my only regret is? That I didn't kill you when I had the chance!
That's a lie, and you know it. You think we can't tell what you're trying to do? That we're blind? Yeah, you're a fool, but you're not stupid. You're ruthless. Relentless. You'd give up anything and everything to get what you want. You didn't come this far, climbing over the bodies of your own brothers and sisters just to piss it all away. I see you, Fedora. I see you for what you are.
Oh, this is Kid Fordola. Okay.
Come along, Fadola. We mustn't be late. The Imperial Viceroy will be attending today's banquet.
All right! Father, what's Lord Gaius like? Is he nice? Are you friends?
Dude, her dad looks like fucking Demix from Kingdom Hearts. At least from behind the hairstyle.
There you go again with all your questions.
Oh, a little bit. A bit more of a, I guess, hardened, like, seen some shit type Demix. But, you know, the hair does remind me of Demix a bit.
Lord Gaius is a great and honourable man who looks after all of Alamigo. He's very busy, and if we don't hurry, we'll miss our chance to see him.
So these guys, they're Alamigan, but they do hold the Empire in very high esteem, it seems.
Filthy tin-head lovers.
Ah. Tin head lovers.
Father, what did that man call us?
I can't tell you, sweetie. I'll get banned.
The little tin-head lover doesn't know what she is, eh? A traitor, sweetheart. A backstabbing bitch who'd gladly betray her kith and kin to gnaw on what few scraps the Imperials deign to toss her. Like your bastard father and whore mother.
Damn. He's shit-talking.
That's not true! My parents are good people! They've never done anything like that!
Oh, but they were quick to help themselves and their bitch spawn, weren't they? You're just as guilty as them.
For Dola.
Traitors!
Please, you have to do something. My husband and daughter are in danger.
Soldiers of the Imperial Army are under no obligation to intervene in the disputes of army.
Dude's over here is like, what the fuck?
We're citizens. We have rights. I'm scared.
It's all right. It's all right. They don't understand, but they'll see in time. They'll see that this is the only way to survive. Traitors! Traitors!
Oh, that's a big one. Eesh. He died and they laughed. Okay.
Let the savages have their fun. They'll be more compliant once they've tired themselves out.
Looks like we had more than a few illbirds in there, huh?
Fadola, please. You already have citizenship. Why would you want to become a soldier?
Because those motherfuckers killed my father.
Oh, gods. What have you done to your face?
I told you weren't allowed to get tattoos. Now you've tatted up your face. You know how hard it's going to be to get a respectable job? You're supposed to keep them freaking neck and lower.
Forgotten it already, have you? I'm honoring Father's memory.
By telling the world that you know better than a common savage.
Am I though, Mother? Are any of us? Can't you see? Citizenship means nothing to them. If you're not a pure-blood Garlean, you're no different from any other savage. So I'll play the part. I'll join the Legion and I'll make them respect me. And when the mob see that, they'll think twice before throwing their stones. Ansfrid, Rudolph, Emlyn. It's time. It'll be hard. Humiliating. They'll try to break us. Send us crawling back to our own kind. But we won't, no matter what. We'll bleed for them, die for them if we have to. We'll do whatever it takes to be free!
So in a sense, like, she wanted freedom like everyone else. She just went a different way about it. She's kind of just Ilbert if he decided to kiss the Empire's ass instead of despising them. I don't know. Somewhat. I guess Ilbert lives rent-free in my head. I'm still not over the fact that he completely frickin' backstabbed us at the end of A Realm Reborn. The mother's like, oh no, I've raised a monster!
So, You mean to play the part one last time, eh? The unrepentant traitor whose death will serve to unite the people?
Shut up.
You had every chance to kill yourself. Fashion a noose from your clothes. Wait for the guards to leave you alone long enough to slip it over your neck.
I said shut up!
Oh, but then it would have all been for nothing, wouldn't it? Whatever it takes. That's what you said.
Been in my head, have you? Had a little peek at my past?
And he didn't even charge me rent.
And what? A few stolen memories tell you everything you need to know, do they? Don't you dare patronize me! You don't know a god's damned thing about the life I've led! The bastards that killed him. The bastards that let it happen. My father deserved better! I swore I'd do whatever it took to make them pay!
Another flashback? Oh no, these are my memories. Okay, she must be seeing my memories.
You. All that power. All that pain. It's too much. Too much for anyone.
Nothing that a few drinks on the weekend won't fix, you know? I know how to cope.
The things they've done to you. The lies. The betrayal. The endless fighting. Yet there you stand. Unbroken. How? Why?
It's called plot armor, and you can get yours for the low price of 300,000 gil. Call now.
Damn you. Damn you all.
You still have time, Fordola. Think about how you want to spend it. Let's go.
Okay, let me catch up on chat. The Alamegans kind of proving my point against them. What a coincidence they went to the one part of the city with a lot of rocks on the ground. Yeah, all those big boulders. Yeah, it looks like the frickin' cleaning guy didn't do his job that day. It was all part of the plan. I don't condone some of the things Fordola oh, hey, you kind of slipped it. I didn't even realize you were... Yeah, hey, historian. I don't condone some of the things Fordola supposedly did, but you can see how the Alamegans never really tried to make things better, only breeding more strife for themselves. Yeah. because even like, even her parents' like reverence for the Empire, like, granted, it is probably most definitely probably like a Stockholm syndrome type of shit where it's like they just know about the consequences of resisting, so it's like they just kind of went all in, just, you know, hoping their life would be a bit better. But like, they just did what they immediately thought was the best to, like, you know, survive and, you know, live the best life under their circumstances. Yeah. I mean, Ilberd went about trying to cause mass slaughter. Yeah, Ilberd was like, I'm not saying they're the same as him, but like, his extremism doesn't seem like that much of an outlier when you kind of look at how the average Alamegan citizen might have been, you know. Or, well, maybe they're not like, I don't know. It was more so one guy said shit and then everyone else kind of got swept up in it, but yeah. Does the Warrior of Light even drink anymore after everything that's happened in A Realm Reborn and Heaven's Word? Maybe they do, but under, like, strict supervision. Like, frickin' Alfino, Alice, or, like, someone she really, really trusts has to be, like, standing over me. I don't know. For those we have lost and for those we can get to. Yeah, that sounds real fucking smooth, so yeah, I went with that. My Warrior of Light only drinks out of a stack of 99 orange juices in my inventory. Oh, yeah. Yeah, and mineral water. Mineral water works. Drugs can help too, maybe. I don't know. Anything to numb the pain. Lise is lost in thought. I don't know that we solved anything exactly, but we've given Fordola something to think about at least. And I found something new to think about too. I don't know about you, Weapons, but the visions only come to me every now and then. From the way Fordola kept wincing, though, I get the feeling she's having them almost all the time. That's a lot of bad memories to deal with. I wonder, could there be some fundamental difference between one who is born with the Echo and one who has been artificially imbued with it? Well, the Immortal Flames have been scouring that research facility ever since the Liberation. There's a chance they might have some answers for us. General Audin's there overseeing the investigation. Let's go and pay him a visit, shall we? Hey Rio, how are you? So Weapons, between Gaius, Thordan, and Xenos, who is your favorite base expansion antagonist? Definitely Xenos, and it's not even close. Dude was such a fun villain. Like, probably the best part of Stormblood. At least so far. I don't know if these patches are any better, but, like, he was definitely the best part of the expansion, in my opinion. Because it was otherwise, I don't want to say it was, like, it was good, but it was definitely kind of a, like, a little bit of a step down from Heavensward, because they sort of took some time to go into, I guess, you know, they kind of went into, like, some geopolitics, you know, they sort of focus more on, like, just, I don't know. It was a little less action-packed than Heavensward. They tried to prioritize some other things. You know, give some attention to, I guess, Lise, Alisaie, kind of. So I don't know if maybe the expansions sort of take turns developing different major characters, because A Realm Reborn, it was a little bit of everyone. Heavensward, it was strictly Alphino and Estinian. Stormblood, it was Alisaie by virtue of the fact that Alisaie's barely been on screen in general, and then Lise most definitely. So yeah. I wonder what they're going to do with Shadowbringers in that case. No spoilers, by the way, that was a rhetorical question. Stormblood's main problem is the main focus was supposed to be Alamigo, but the story was split in two with more focus on Doma. I feel like maybe kind of like how in Heavensward they focused on Thornton, and then they kind of went all in with the Nidhogg plot in the patches. I wonder if maybe they should have done that with Stormblood. Either focused on either exclusively Alamigo or exclusively the Far East for the base game. Maybe the Far East for the base game, because the Far East seems like way more of a hub world than Alamigo, but you know, focus on one for the base game and then the other for the patches. I don't know. Xenos' thirsty as fuck speech about the Warrior of Light at the end is so good. Bro was dehydrated. What news? You spoke with Fordola, I take it? Yes, as expected, she didn't say very much, but it wasn't a total waste of time. Ehrenvold noticed something odd about her. He thinks she might be having visions almost constantly, which is not how the Echo normally works. Have you found anything here which might explain why it's so different for her? We've been hard-pressed just to organize the research materials, let alone study them. To be frank, I'd welcome the Scion's expert assistance if you have time to lend a hand. So many bodies, each one of them a victim of these experiments. Few show any signs of external injury. From what we've been able to determine, they perished from forcible aether extraction. Such a miserable way to die. Hold up, let me see. Oh shit, those are all bodies. Damn, and they just left them lying here. Creepy. Idle conversation prohibited. Eating and drinking prohibited. The fallen scrap of parchment appears to list facility regulations, but nothing of any interest. The device in which Kryl was held seems even more ominous now that you know its purpose. The surrounding pods are marked Supply Subject, while this one bears the label Master Subject. The Ironworks received a request from the Alliance to analyze these devices, and I've been recording everything of interest. Did you notice the labeling? All the pods are designed to drain the aether of the occupants, save that one right there. Unlike the others, the interior has been fitted with an array of sensors to measure etheric waveforms. To what purpose, however, I couldn't tell you. I know little and less of science, so any light you can shed on this facility's operations will be much appreciated. Weapons, shall we start with you? Taken in combination with the testimonies of Kryl and Thancred, I do begin to see exactly what the Imperials were attempting here. The enhancement procedure entails infusing a single candidate with aether siphoned from a multitude of supply subjects. As for the master subject, in this case Kryl, the patterns of her etheric activity would provide the model upon which they would artificially engineer the candidate's aura. In other words, they were trying to recreate Kryl's echo? I believe so, which would explain our prisoner's present state. Kryl is possessed of an unrivaled ability to hear the whispers of the soul, and it seems probable that the procedure engendered the same acute sensitivity in Fordola. The soldiers who guard Fordola, many of them lost friends and family to the skulls. And there's a sentry at her door night and day. If she can't help sensing their thoughts and seeing their past. But you don't just see their past, you live it. All the emotions, all the pain. Imagine what do to you. You'd never be the same again. No wonder she wants to self-Minecraft herself. Like, bro. I can't say the other word because we're on frickin' YouTube, but you know what I mean. No wonder she's gonna self-delete. Like, if you're seeing all that day in and day out, like, that's gonna wear down on you. Indeed, as you may recall, Isael was completely transformed by a single glimpse of Hraesvelgur's past. Fordola has been forced to experience the agony of those whose lives she destroyed. The guilt must be unbearable. That explains her request to be executed. Sounds to me like a kind of justice. Regardless, she can suffer on for now. We have more pressing matters to consider. If the results of these experiments have been relayed back to Garlemald, there will be naught to stop the Empire from repeating the trick. They could give the echo to anyone, to an entire legion. We must be ready. We must learn all we can of these gods-forsaken procedures, and Fordola remains our best source of information. She'll not be getting her wish. Not yet. He said not yet. Right. Keep faith, lass. If you're to convince others to follow you, you must believe what you're telling them. People will respond to passion, but not if it's feigned. I understand. Thank you, General. We should leave the flames to it. Let's go. Another problem I have is the lack of time passing, plus Xenos somehow not taking advantage of the Scions being gone to lay waste to the Eorzean Alliance. Yeah, I mean, that is true. But then again too, Xenos was also like obsessed with fighting, so like he met my character and like he kind of went full Goku. He was like, man, you're really strong. Like, I want to fight you again. Like, he got kind of tunnel vision when it comes to, like, fighting really strong opponents. So, yeah, it's kind of like that. Commit seppuku. Yeah, that too. How's Daybreak? Everyone enjoying it? Well, I wouldn't be playing it anyway, but I was just bitching about it, back when I first started stream. My limited edition still hasn't gotten here yet. So yeah. Fun. Daybreak 2 is announced, and that limited edition is up for pre-order, and mine hasn't gotten here yet. And the game came out, what, yesterday? Yeah. I go looking for answers about the Echo and end up getting schooled by Raubon. Yet more evidence that I do not know what I'm doing. It's no wonder people listen to him and not me. General Aladdin is a veteran of countless campaigns, Elise. You can't compare yourself to a commander of his experience. I was about to say, he's got that seniority. I know, but I also know that I couldn't have convinced the mob to give up and go home. It makes me realize how much we rely on his authority and how much I still have to learn. I wonder what he'll do when everything here is settled. I mean, it is his homeland. After going through the trouble of winning it back, might he not want to stay? It's a quandary which countless refugees now face, to continue the life they built in Ul'dah or to start again in the land of their birth. Weapons, a moment. I am newly returned to Ul'dah with a message from the Sultana. Her Grace desires an audience with you. She understands that you have responsibilities here, but asks that you visit the palace at your earliest convenience. Oh, interesting. I have not been back to Ul'dah in a while. Well, I must away and attend to other business. Until next time, my friends. An audience with the Sultana. Depending on the nature of our consultation, this might be the perfect opportunity to inquire about the General's future plans. Yeah, just don't bring any wine this time. Yes, we'd all like to know about those, Alphino, but not everyone's as comfortable interrogating royalty as you. Take no notice of him, Weapons. On the topic of Daybreak, I started my new Game Plus run of it. Happy that Daybreak 2 seems like it won't take too long to come to the West. Blue Blonde took your copy, gotta solve that riddle, Weapons. Maybe. Fair enough. Xenos has... What is that? Oh, Sinitis. If he doesn't fight, he'll die. To be fair, I would have preferred Raubon being the main focus in Alamigo 2, given his home. Oh, yeah. Yeah, like, he was present, but I do think he could have gotten a little bit more screen time. Well, the question of how to put the Mad King's treasures to good use shows no sign of answering itself. Shall we be about it, Ehrenwald? I am at your beck and call. And I should be getting back to my own task. I'll organize a squad to head down into the ruins and then start preparing for the big meeting. Oh, send Nanima my regards, Weapons. And ours too, if you please. We shall see you on your return. Oh, you know what it's leading up to? Yeah, this feels familiar, huh?
I thank you for answering my summons in these most interesting times. You have been busy. The liberation of Alamigo will have far-reaching consequences, and there is a matter upon which I would seek your counsel. I speak of Rauban and his future.
Oh, she wanted to talk about this anyway.
All know the tale of his rise from penniless refugee to member of the Syndicate and General of the Immortal Flames. Yet though he has come to call Uldar home, it will never be his homeland. He is a son of Alamigo. And now that she is free, I thought it only a matter of time before he sought my leave to return to her. Indeed, I had resigned myself to his loss.
Well, did you
Suffice
ask
it to
him?
say, I was greatly surprised to hear him speak so lightly of handing over the reins in Alamigo and retaking his place at my side.
Oh, so he already decided not to.
I will welcome him with open arms, of course. He is my most trusted advisor and my dearest friend. But I have known the man a long time, and beneath that steely gaze, I spied a flicker of doubt. Whether Rauban chooses to remain in Uldar or return to Alamigo, I only wish that he do so with a heart unburdened by guilt or regret. Yet, how can he freely make such a choice, knowing how much I depend on him? It is past time that I learned to discharge my duties as a sultana alone. I must go forth and see my realm with my own eyes, and hear the wind with my own ears. Might I have your company for a brief adventure? Wonderful. Allow me a moment to change into something a touch less conspicuous, and I will join you outside.
Oh, new outfit. Wait, no, I don't want to move yet. Okay, there we go. I think I can just use the Aethernet. Kinda funny how Uldar is getting a lot of story impact beyond the Realm Reborn. Yeah. Because it didn't really get much impact until, like, the end of A Realm Reborn, and then beyond, yeah. Oh, she's right there. What do you think of Lilyra, the merchant's daughter? Wait, what? Okay, I almost mistook her for Tataru for a second. This is the disguise I don when I wish to leave the palace and observe my subjects unnoticed. Ordinarily, Papa Shun would accompany me, but for this particular outing, I need an advisor, not a minder. And that is why I requested your company. Over the course of your many adventures, You have met people from all walks of life, in every corner of Eorzea, and I would make use of your worldly experience. Now let us be on our way. Our first destination is Stone's Throw, just beyond the Gate of Nald. Look upon this procession of tattered tents. These refugees camp in squalor, at the mercy of the elements and Thanalan's predators both. The city's mighty walls offer safety, but the streets overflow with people as it is, and unless blessed by the hand of Nald himself, no refugee could ever hope to afford a dwelling in Ul'dah. 20 years have passed since the fall of Alamigo, and 5 since the calamity, yet the plight of the poor has grown more desperate, not less. As Sultana, the blame falls upon me. Yeah, your hands are kind of tied. The Syndicate's got all the power. Yes, my authority is limited, and that is an obstacle I must work to overcome. Don't you mean a barrier to get over? Shall we press on? I would follow the road to the unholy air. The outfit she is wearing if you started a Realm Reborn in Ul'dah. Oh, she had it on when you first met. So, okay, so had I picked a class that starts in Ul'dah, I would have met her wearing that outfit, is what you're saying. Okay. Yeah, I think I had started in Gridania. Because, I think I picked Lancer, so... Yeah, I would have started in Gridania. Lloyd has you messed up, man. Dude, we're in a new arc now. Lloyd's not even there at the moment, and he's still... the barrier talk still goes strong. It was here, in this wholly unremarkable place, that my mother and father met their doom. I was but a child at the time. My parents were returning from an inspection of our interests in eastern Thanalan when an untimely rockslide crushed their carriage. To this day, it is not certain if the incident was simple misfortune or an expertly planned assassination. Raubon once offered to reopen the investigation and bring me the truth he assumed I must surely crave, but I refused. Even if my parents' death were orchestrated by the Monitorists, we could only have brought their hirelings to justice. The true villains, those who plotted to put me on the throne as a biddable puppet, were ever beyond our reach. Thus did I plan to strip the merchants of their power and place our nation in the hands of its citizens. Quite unaware of the consequences of my actions would have on you and yours, I shudder to think how many goodly souls paid the price for my naivety. Yeah, that was quite a ride, wasn't it? But I am no longer a child reciting words with witless obedience, and I will not be used as a pawn in the Monitor's damnable games. Forgive me my outburst. You are one of the few people to whom I feel I can speak my mind. Come, let us return to Ul'dah and visit the Colosseum. Barriers are forever? Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, that naivety led to Minfilia gone, Ishtola blind, and Thancred unable to use Aether. Ilberd had us all messed up. In a way, I guess it kinda indirectly... Well... I guess it sort of indirectly led to Papalymo dying too, because it's like... That's what gave Ilberd the opportunity to... take Nidhogg's eyes and try and summon Shinryu, which then Papalymo used his life energy to seal up, at least for a time, so it's like, yeah. But then again, you could also say too, I hate to admit this, but all that crazy shit Ilberd did also kind of put a fire to everyone's asses to hurry up and liberate Alamigo, so it's like... As bad as he is, in a way, he did kind of save Alamigo too, which is fucked up, but kind of funny at the same time. From the moment I became Sultana, I found myself thrust into an endless parade of document signing and ceremonies. For years, I simply signed where I was told to sign and sat where I was told to sit, blissfully oblivious to what any of it meant. Yet, one good thing did come from that ignominious chapter of my life. For it was during an official visit to the Colosseum that I first met Raubon. The match I had been invited to attend was not all what I expected. They had pitted the Bull of Alamigo against some dozen or so rival gladiators. Blinkered though I was, I would not stand for so obvious an injustice and demanded to see a fair fight, one man against another, and my royal wish was duly granted. It was not until later that I learned of the gambling ring which had arranged for Raubon to die on the sands that day. Regardless, my intervention meant that Raubon had but a single opponent to dispatch, which he duly did, and when he knelt before me to receive the winner's purse, he swore that he would one day offer me his blade in service. Surrounded as I would by liars and manipulators, I confess I dismissed it as a pleasant piece of theater. But as you know, Raubon is a man of his word. Though it took him another 5 years of fighting on the blood sands, he amassed a fortune so great as to buy not only his freedom, but a seat on the Syndicate, and then I had my blade. Echo time. Back when he had both of his arms. Oh, this cutscene was in 1.0? Interesting.
Your Grace, you mustn't! The danger is too great! Please, Your Grace, come back! I beg of you!
It seems you're the one who needs looking after, Master Shum. Raubon!
Your Grace, I have kept the promise made.
So you have, and in turn, so too shall I keep mine. With your winnings, you have become one of the 6 most wealthy souls in all Uldar, and so, as tradition dictates, Raubon Aldin, you have earned yourself a seat on the Syndicate. May your new station garner you still greater glories.
I am honored, Your Grace, and vow to serve with every fiber of my being from this day till my last. Long live the Sultana, and long live Uldar!
Kind of explains why the man was so, like, torn up, too, when he found out that Nanamo died. Using air quotes there. That was crazy. Bro lost his mind when he thought that she finally kicked the bucket, man. Ilbert was our worst enemy and our best ally. Yeah. Funny how that works. Both Heavensward and Stormblood are started by Ilbert starting shit. Yeah, Ilbert showing up at like the last minute and starting some bullshit. I'm waiting for this dude's corpse to frickin' come out of the ground and frickin' send us into Shadowbringers or whatever. Because at this point, like, I don't know, I wouldn't be surprised. The sloppy man hurt both Ys and the Empire. Why did it hurt Ys? Yeah. Cutscene was in 1.0. You could say Nanamo is like a daughter to him. Yeah, I can see it, yeah. Words cannot well express what that man means to me. There are others who care deeply for my well-being, but of course, Papa Shen's love for me is as that of a grandsire for his grandchild. But upon matters of governance, I cannot turn to bodyguards and maidservants for counsel. Raubon, with the authority of his syndicate position, was the first sword I could wield. His was the only edge which could cut the strings that bound me. Oh, these are all, well, this is money. I'll take that. I want to see how far along I am. Because I know these patch quests are split into chunks. Okay, 5 quests left, but as I said at the beginning, I do kind of have to get up early tomorrow, so I don't know. I really would like to do the rest of them, but I don't think I can stay up any later. I believe all patches, aside from the .55 ones, are about 10 quests long. Yeah. Yeah, I might have to end it here, because as I said, I do have to be up early tomorrow. So, and I had said before, because I'm not going to be able to stream next week. Most likely, we'll see, but probably not. If I can, I'll maybe make a community post or something saying otherwise, but I probably won't be able to stream next week. I definitely won't be able to stream the week after. Maybe the week after that, so near the end of July or close to the beginning of August, I might be able to do it again. So, yeah, it might be a while. But yeah, that's it for tonight. But yeah, thanks everyone for coming out and watching. Yeah, no problem. No, thank you. Won't be streaming. Expect more trail shit, though. So, yeah. And I'll see y'all, I don't know, in the coming weeks. Good night.